We've seen some amazing things, but that, my friends, is something we've never seen.
Brandon Cruz wants advice.
Brandon Cruz wants advice.
Brandon wants advice.
Brandon Cruz wants advice. You have locked yourself into the playoffs.
Nice.
Got it.
Talk with old Brandon Cruz wants advice.
Completely speechless, to say the least.
Man, I am honestly so baffled by that decision. Brandon Cruz wants advice.
It's Brandon wants advice.
Green flag in the air. Brandon Cruz wants advice to the front.
It's the Brandon Cruz Daily Fantasy Podcast, where I go and look at low-owned players and strategies specifically designed for GPPs. This is a show for people who are already informed on daily fantasy sports and how these contests operate. If you have a question related to fantasy football or NASCAR that you are embarrassed to talk about to your usual DFS provider, or if you can't find the answer anywhere else, give me a tweet at BrandonCruzDFS. Most importantly, take everything you hear with a grain of salt and use your best judgment when making entries. Additionally, if you have a gambling addiction, that is not my problem, ladies and gentlemen. This is my episode on the Xfinity series at Darlington. Going to try and get this done kind of fast, kind of on a time crunch, making this before I go to work. This will be uploaded probably midnight Saturday, or maybe it'll be up Saturday like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., somewhere around there. But I'm recording it right after final practice on Saturday, and I have a lot of interest in this race, and I think you can actually make a damn good lineup. Prices are very soft for the players that I'm looking at. Let me go over the practice time. So first practice, overall speed, Cole Custer, Denny Hamlin, Justin Allgaier, Gregson, Earnhardt Jr., Reddick, Briscoe, Bell, Blaney, and Cindric, your top 10. Looking at lap averages, and I'm going to just be looking at top 5 or 5 lap averages because that's mainly what everyone ended up running. Top 5 fastest. Also, Michael Nett made, I believe, a 27-lap run, so I want to keep that in mind there. But 5 lap averages, it's Reddick, Blaney, Cindric, Allgaier, Bell, Jones, Earnhardt, Custer, Annette, and Gregson. Now, the people that are staying out to me in the first practice, and guys that I'm looking at specifically when I start going over the statistics for practice number dos, are Cole Custer, Justin Allgaier, Ryan Blaney, Michael Annette, and Chad Fitchum. Those are the quote-unquote fast guys I'm looking at. More of the punts that I'd be looking at would be Chad Fitchum, Stephen Leach, Stephen Parson, and these guys have the exact same name, just spelled differently. One is Stephen and Stefan. Those are the guys I'm looking at. Joey Gaze as well. Those are the people that I'm looking at. I just want to see where they are in the second practice. Now, moving on to practice number 2, the guys that I'm looking at. Now, Allgaier is number 2 on overall time, overall speed. Christopher Bell, number 3. Let me change that. Gregson, number 1. Allgaier, number 2. Bell, number 3. Custer, number 4. Briscoe, number 5. Hamlin, number 6. Blaney, 7. Jones, Cindric, and Earnhardt, your top 10. Reddick and Nemechek, 11 and 12 overall speed. Now, looking at lap averages, this is where I'm really diving into this race here. A lot of people did, another 5 lap. A lot of people did 5 laps. We had, 14 people do 10 lap averages. But I'm mainly going to focus on 5 lap speeds here, just because that is what I'm mainly focusing on. I like where Justin Allgaier is. I know Allgaier kind of got on the wall in the first practice, but I'm really, really loving Allgaier. I'm loving Bell as well. They're number 1 and 2 5 lap averages. Number 3 is Noah Gregson. Briscoe, number 4. Cole Custer, number 5. Blaney, Reddick, Nemechek, Earnhardt Jr., Cindric, your top 10 on 5 lap speeds. The 2 guys, like I said, that stand out to me, Christopher Bell and Justin Allgaier. Bell was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He was 5th fastest in 5 lap speeds on the first practice. He jumped up to first final practice. That's showing they made some good adjustments. Same with Justin Allgaier. He was 4th fastest 5-lap averages. In the second practice, he moved up to 2nd. These are the 2 guys that I'm going to be focusing on and that I expect to dominate. I can say the same thing with Cole Custer. Cole Custer was 8th fastest on 5-lap averages first practice. He's going to move all the way up to 5th fastest on the second practice 5-lap averages. Now, looking at people on long runs, you got Cole Custer, who did a 30-lap run, Christopher Bell, who did at least a 25-lap run, and then going back to the first practice, we had Michael Annett go on a 25-lap run. Now, I'm going to throw Michael Annett into the ring as well here, because I know they're on different practices, but Christopher Bell was fastest on 20-lap averages. He was 2nd fastest on 15-lap averages. That's showing me that Justin Allgaier. Let me change it. I'm throwing everything off because I'm on a time crunch. Allgaier is 2nd fastest on 5-lap averages for final practice. Move over to 10-lap averages. Allgaier is 1st. 15-lap averages. Allgaier is 1st, and then it's followed by Bell in all of those. Then you got Cole Custer, who also ran a 20-lap average. He's 3rd on 20-lap averages. He is 7th on 15-lap averages. And on 10-lap averages, Cole Custer is 9th. If you throw Michael Annett in there as well, he would probably end up being around, let's see, 30.75, 30. Michael Annett would be number 10 on 10-lap averages if you take his run from the first practice. So Michael Annett, I'm assuming, has a top 10 car. I'm assuming Justin Allgaier, Christopher Bell, Cole Custer, the 3 guys that I'm going to target as dominators. Not interested in Earnhardt. I know a lot of people are going to probably jump on him. Any Earnhardt fan's going to probably jump on him. I think I got to fade Earnhardt. Even though, some bitch nearly died, and this is his swan song. Because he's back, he didn't get killed, he's actually racing, blah, blah, blah. Hamlin knocked the shit out of the wall in the first practice. Speaking of knocking the shit out of the wall, Almirola just knocked the shit out of the wall in final practice for the Cup Series. But, yeah, Allgaier, Bell, Custer, my main dominators I'm going to look for. I hope that they either qualify on the pole or start up there. Hamlin's interesting. He has good history here, but I think there's just other cars that are going to end up beating him. Now, moving on to your punts, your back markers, people that I'm looking at back there. I am going to look at, I really like Chad Fitchum. I don't know what they're doing for, I forgot exactly what team it is that run the 61, but they run that different font, the blue car that didn't qualify at Daytona a couple weeks ago. I know they're going to run full-time next year. They have a technical alliance with that Xfinity team. I don't remember what it is exactly, but MBM is basically running the 61 this year to gain that car owner points to make sure they make all the races. Now, if you look at Chad Fitchum on DraftKings, he is $4,800. Why is he like that? Well, he's finished 35 the last 2 races, 33rd the race before, 32nd the race before that, 30th, 28, 28, 28. He's been finishing absolutely dog shit, but that's because he has been in either the 42 or the 13 for NBA Motorsports, which are both start and park cars. The last time he ran an actual competitive car, they did have an actual mechanical failure in the transmission. So, hey, to each your own there. But he's in the 61 car this week. He should run the whole fucking race. I don't see a reason why he wouldn't. Looking at his practice laps and how many he's doing in practice 1, he did, wrong one. In practice 1, Chad Fitchum did 19 laps. In practice number 2, Chad Fitchum did 9 laps. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm not really too worried about that. What is that, like 28 laps in total? That's more than some of these underfunded teams did. I'm not too worried about that. I think they used the second one or the second practice mainly for getting his qualifying and stuff dialed in there. I like Stephen Parsons a lot. He's also really cheap. If you start a lineup with Chad Fitchum and go all the way up to Stephen Parsons, because he'll probably qualify pretty poorly. You got $95,000 left. Now when you go up and you pick the two guys that I'm focusing on, Christopher Bell and Justin Allgaier, that leaves you $91,000 on average players remaining. So Fitchum, Parsons, Bell, Allgaier, just a good way to start from what I'm thinking right now. I don't see Reddick winning the race. Don't see Hamlin winning it. Junior, like I said, people are going to pick Junior because he's Junior. Blaney, not interested. I just really like Bell and Allgaier this weekend. I like Annette as well, as I already said there. Possibly Ryan Sage here and there. I just want to see where other people qualify. Brandon Brown is another one that I like. That's who I'm really focusing on. Maybe Vinnie Miller, depending on where he qualifies, because Vinnie Miller, when he qualifies, he pretty much always gains positions, and Vinnie Miller is always a good guy you can like go back to and focus on. But yeah, that's who I'm basically focused on. So I'll go over it one more time. Christopher Bell, Allgaier, Cole Custer, Michael Annette, Chad Fitchum, Stephen Parsons, yeah, those are the main guys I'm going to focus on entering tomorrow's race. Obviously, I'm gonna let qualifying determine who else I like there, but that's pretty much my starting player pool. I'm not going to say I'm playing all of those guys in one lineup, but those are the guys I'm at least interested in. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. I got a shitload of videos coming out this week. I got a Cup Series video coming out tomorrow. I got live ESPN drafts on Monday. I got Green Bay Packers in Week 1 video coming out next week, and then a live video Saturday night before the NFL season starts. So guys, come around, check everything out. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, leave it below. But those are the guys I'm looking at. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you guys later.